Just a pilot in his cockpit seated. Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated.
So I'm here at the Ford dealership checking out some Mustangs for my wife. And obviously the 2018 GT looks just like the 2017 and 16 and 15. But it just, knowing that the car has this awesome transmission and everything makes me view the car differently, like it's a more powerful beast. Here's a 2018 automatic. All it's got is the black accent package, and it is a premium. Check one of these bad boys out. Oh my God. Seat is up way too far. Feels pretty comfortable. It does feel a little bit on the small side, I have to say. It's like that. So this is a comfortable seating position for me. Maybe back a little bit far. So this is about where I would need it. And this is the reason why I don't have a two-door. So that's the room we have behind the front seat. And as you can see, it creates a secondary problem. And this is one of the issues that we experienced in my Mustang. The reason why I can't drive one of these, at least not as my primary vehicle. The passenger seat has to be back as far as the driver's seat, or else when I look to the side, I see seat and person. So it like completely ruins my view out of the passenger window. That's why the two doors don't work for me. But otherwise, this is a nice car, man. It feels good. Like, in comparison to my Mustang, which was the 2011, the interior just feels so much more solid. I wish they would do something about this shifter though. It looks kind of just blah. Like, to have such an awesome 10-speed transmission, you'd think they would have changed the shifter to something that looks a little bit cooler, like smaller, or I don't know. I really like the one that Dodge uses, and the Chargers and the Challengers and everything. It looks really awesome. This one just looks, I don't know, kind of blah. Other than that, it feels pretty good. I could definitely see myself driving one of these. But unfortunately, it's my wife's car, not mine. I will get to drive it every once in a while, and I'm going to help her mod it and everything. But it's her car and not mine. Because with her shortness, she can use the back seats just fine with the kids. Now, as far as racing, she does want to mod the car and make it quicker. But even stock, I feel like this car obviously won't give mine like a good run per se, but it wouldn't be as far apart as you would think. If she can run like low 12s, I mean, my car's only doing like mid 11s on street tires. So yeah, this thing doing low 12s, high 11s wouldn't be that far off. And I don't know what these Mustangs do with just a tire on them, but I would imagine they get pretty quick. The other question is the gears. So they can come with, you can get the automatic with the 355 gear or with the 315 gear. I'm not sure which the right one is. Knowledge would tend to make you assume that the 355s would be quicker, especially with an automatic. But I'm always a little bit skeptical. Ever since with my 11 GT, I got the performance pack and the 392 gears. And it turns out that the 392 gears were slower in the Mustang, at least for quarter mile, than the 355s or the 330 gears, I think is what the 2011s came with as the options. So the 392s were the worst gear for quarter mile because you had to shift so many times and you had to actually end the quarter mile in fifth gear. Where your normal knowledge would say a more aggressive gear is better. In that case, it wasn't. So I'm always a little bit skeptical that the gear selection is correct for what you're going to do with the car. It just makes me kind of wonder, with a 10 speed, do you really need an aggressive gear? Or is there enough? I mean, there's 10 gears, so why would you need to put a 355? It wouldn't a 315 be better? But the other options I'd like to see on ours would be, they have adaptive cruise. I know there's a sick digital dash that I would like, and I think that's it. I mean, I know you can get it with the shaker audio. I'm not sure how good it is, but maybe that would be a good thing to get too. Oh no, it doesn't have a stay up thingy, and this hood is heavy. So the engine in this car looks bigger, but it's really just because of this engine cover. The flaps, I mean, otherwise it's really the same. I don't know if they had to do that because of the direct injection or what. I don't think so. I think they just did it to make it look cool, which I guess it does. God, this hood is heavy. It needs a carbon one or something. And they just gave me the keys to one of these 2018 GTs to test drive. And I'm test driving it alone. So this one has a 315 axle ratio. It's not like fully loaded, but this one's 44. It's got nice rims on it. Let me try a little cold start. Alright, here we are behind the wheel of a 2018 GT Automatic. Alright, got the cooled seats on. Let me get my mirrors and everything adjusted. And this is a really small car for me. Like it feels small, and this is what I was talking about, how I'm back further. So when I look to the side, I see this, and then if there were a person there, all I would see was a person. So I need to move this back to keep my visibility up. And that's ideal. I mean, obviously I can drive with someone there. It just kind of sucks not being able to look out the window very much. We got a little bit of fuel in there. Let's see how it's gonna do. All right, let's roll. Roll down the window so we can get some exhaust. Good so far. Seems pretty quiet. It's got a nice solid chassis. It obviously feels more solid and smaller and sportier than the Charger, but that's not to be unexpected. That's pretty normal. But it feels good. It feels like it probably handles decent. It tracks pretty well. Barely see these gauges. It's turned up all the way. I'd like those to be brighter during the day. We see on the key we got remote start and then just normal lock and unlock. Pretty nice little key fob. It was always disappointing that my Mustang didn't have that. I think all of them do now. Let's see what it sounds like.
The same predicament. Let it sit inside your head like a million women in Philly pen. It's silly when girls sell their souls because it's in.
Stereo is kind of underwhelming, but hopefully if we get one, it's going to have the shaker audio. And man, I've been waiting at this light for a super long time. not expecting that. We do another little pull. So just one quick observation, I think it does need the gears because it's a high revving motor, so it gets all its power up top, and with this gearing that it currently has, it spends a lot of time at the low RPMs. Here, watch, I'm going, what, 40 right here? So I'm gonna just floor it from 40 and watch what happens. So did you see there, it spent a lot of time at like 4 or 5 grand, and that's not where this car's strong point is. So I would have expected with all these gears for it to just be wrapping through the gears like crazy. So the 355 ratio is good. I bet you this car with like a 373 gear or something like that would be quite stout. I imagine that would be a really good gear combo for this. Look at that handling. That was great. That backup camera looks pretty good. Would have liked an around view, but such is life. First world problems. God, this car does not have good turning radius. It's a lot worse than the Chargers for being a smaller car. So let's take a look at this thing now that I've got it somewhere a little bit more private. Try to get you guys some revs. Sorry it's windy, so it's not going to be perfect, but it's all we can do. That was pretty good. So I just wanted to show you guys the paddles. So let's put this thing in, I guess, sport. So I want to see if the paddles are paddling well. What is in this track apps? So we got gauge mode. You can do a bunch of different gauges, cylinder head temp, oil pressure, trans temp, all good stuff. Look at that, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's see what else. I actually kind of like this mode. Look at that, that's pretty cool. Look, they're fine with their trans getting all the way up to 250. So obviously maybe me being paranoid when it's at 200 is a little insane. But that's pretty cool. You can do engine oil temp, inlet air temperature, which is pretty cool, cylinder head temp, air fuel ratio, vacuum, and voltage. Track apps, track only, accelerometer, status screens, normal, sport, acceleration timer. Let's do a 0 to 60. Automatic start. Okay, so while it's in sport mode, you need to use the paddles, apparently. Take it out of sport mode so I can actually use my hand for something besides shifting, but the paddles seem fine. They seem to be just about as responsive as mine. So let's try that again. We'll try a 0 to 60. Okay. So that's what we got. 0 to 60 was a 5.3. But I just floored it. I mean, it was really easy. I didn't like race it or anything. I didn't do anything stupid. I was just flooring it. I mean, it's not my car. But that wasn't bad at all. But one thing I will say that's kind of surprising is this thing comes off the line like super slow for as much power as it has. Like, you can definitely tell the difference between this motor, which is like a nice high revving small displacement motor, versus my 392. Because let me show you here. I'm just gonna floor it. Let me give us a cool gauge to look at. We'll look at trans temp. Okay, so I'm just gonna floor it. No power braking or anything. I'm just gonna put my foot on the floor. There will be no wheel spin, and just watch how slowly it climbs. Jesus Christ. Once it gets up in the RPMs, it starts going crazy, but it's just getting it there. That's the hard part. The gears are a little bit too widely spaced, in my opinion. To have 10 gears at your disposal, that seems pretty bad. Let me give it a little bit of a power brake. Let me see how high it'll stall. Oh, the tires are spinning. But you can get it to go about 2,000. That's not bad. Okay, so I'm gonna try another 0 to 60. This time I'm gonna give it a little bit of power off the line. All right, I'm gonna try to 0 to 60 again. This time I'm gonna give it a little bit of power off the line. Try 1500. I didn't press OK to begin. Oh, Jesus. All right, we're gonna try 0 to 60. I'm gonna give it a little bit of power braking off the line to see if we can get it off real quick, but let's give this a shot. That was a 5.3 again. It's just so strange driving with this many gears. It's just like, it's constantly shifting. It's like, it's at a different level than the Charger is. And it shifts very fast. But just from a dead punch, this car it doesn't feel that fast, and that's kind of disappointing. It like takes time to like rev up and start moving, where the 392, even when it was stock, it had plenty of power to just, where you can just floor it and it lights up the tires. This doesn't have enough low-end torque to do that. Once it's going, it's super fast, but I think it needs those 355 gears in order to just give it a little bit more aggression. Okay, that was pretty good. Saw my camera fall over. But yeah, this isn't bad. I think she's gonna like it. It seems to be a comfortable car to me. I think she'll fit fine with the kids. It's quiet. It's a safe car relatively. So I can't see very many downsides to this car. I mean, to getting it. The price is around what I paid for the Charger, so that seems reasonable. Well, that's it. Gonna be it for now. I just wanted to give you a nice little overview of the 2018 GT that my wife's looking at getting. Not this specific car, but a 2018 GT. Of course, with the automatic, you gotta have the automatic in this because it's got this amazing 10-speed. Although a manual would be fun, my wife can't drive with the manual with the kids very easily. And this auto is awesome, so why not anyway? Yeah, really impressed with this. I'm really happy. I think that'll be a good addition to the stable. So alright, be sure to check out my wife's channel, because stay there for updates, because she's going to be getting the car and doing the whole deal. And just stay tuned for updates. Peace.
How to in this cockpit seat. on his ass, keep a hustler heated. Weed is engaging the pavement. Brother escorts like I'm seeking arrangement. Push the gas, escalate the gauges, escalate hits on a cam girl.